Hello there, my name is Mitchell Lapora, and today I will be doing a video demonstration of creating a database project in Centerline in Orbital with the inclusion of PML related data such as a PML code list and PML survey files using the PML format. First, we will start by creating a database and then importing the PML code list for that database. So first, you will want to select an existing database and then go to the survey homepage, which you can do by either clicking the large survey module icon here or by clicking on modules and then clicking survey. Once you're on the survey homepage, you will want to click on the manage database card, and then you will want to go to the manage database tab. Here you will be able to give a name for your intended database. So we will go with sample DB. Click the plus icon to create the database. You will get the option to set your created database as your current database, which you will do once you click on set. And then you'll get the message database successfully created. And if you decided to make the database your current database, you will get an indication up here where your current database, your active database will be the one you just created. Next, we will go to Manage Data Dictionary and then import the PML codes to upload the PML code list. The PML code list is an XML file that is stored on a remote server location. Clicking this button here will go to that remote server location, grab the file, and then start creating the code list for this database. And this will take a bit of time. And then you'll get complete PML codes have been successfully imported. Next, we will be creating a project and a centerline for our created PML database. So first you want to go to manage projects and then create projects. You'll want to enter a name for your project. We use a sample name for it called project 1. You have the option of adding a custom title and description to your project, and also you can add more than one, but this is completely optional, so it is not necessary to do this for creating a project. Next, you'll want to get a projection for your project. So first you want to go to projection type and you have the option state plane or UTM. For the purposes of this video, we'll be using state plane and then the state Mississippi. Next, you want to select your datum, and for this video we'll be using NAT83. Then your units of measurement, meters or US foot. And again, for the video, we'll be using US foot. Once you have all of your criteria selected, you want to open up the drop-down list here, and you'll get a list of your available projections. And for this video, we'll be using this one here. Once everything is created, you will just create a project. You get a message that your project was successfully created, and also the project you have just created will also be set as your current project. Now you want to go to Manage Centerline and create Centerline. Using the project that you had just created, you'll set that for creating the centerline for the project. And then you will want to upload your centerline data for creating a centerline. If you have your centerline data already available, you can upload it in a CSV file or a shape file. The third option is CL definition or code list definition, which is where you can create a centerline using data from a survey file, which we will be using for this video. So when you click on that option, you'll get a message indicating what file formats are supported, saying that it only supports CSV files and XML documents that follow the PML format. You can also use PML files because they have the PML format. and that works in the same fashion as XML documents. So once you click on the option and close that message box, you will get a list of the code names from the code list you had imported earlier. And for this video's purposes, we'll be using LinePipe. Next, you'll want to upload your survey file to create a centerline from. And for this one, we'll be using this file here. It will take a moment because it will be calculating the centerline length based on the records, the amount of records that are found within the survey file using this particular code list name. And you'll have your length. Once the length has been calculated, now you can create a name for your centerline. For this video, we'll be going with line 1, then a description for the centerline. I'll be simple and just call it alignment 1, and then a begin station, which we'll just go with 0. Once that is done, we'll click on create. Here, the centerline will be created, but you will have to approve the centerline in order to actually set it active and be usable in the database. And then once you click approve, it will be created and also set to active, just like how the project was created earlier. If you choose not to approve the centerline, it will appear in this table of unapproved centerlines where you can approve it at a later time. Next, we will be uploading survey files to our created centerline. To start, you want to go to the Uploads tab here and then click Upload Survey Files. And then you have multiple options for uploading a survey file to your centerline. This video will primarily focus on uploading files that follow the PML format, but we'll also quickly go over JXL, CSV, and INV files. So starting off with PML files, you want to select your party chief, which is assigned to the project, and then upload your survey file. Back. The files here are in PML format, but also you can upload an XML file that follows the PML file format, and it will work just the same. Click on Upload Files. And your file has been uploaded. Now quickly going over CSV, JXL, and INV files. They follow the same set of instructions of getting a party chief, of selecting your party chief. You'll have to reselect your party chief if you select a different option, and then uploading your file. CSV files have additional options, such as checking if your file contains headings, or if the coordinates, the XYZ values, are swapped around. But we will use JXL files as an example. If you have a JXL file, you can select that and upload it. Then going through it again with CSV files. And then one more time with INV files. Okay. The next part of the video demo will be to review the uploaded files and push them, and then view the push data on the project map. So first we'll start with reviewing the uploaded files. We will go to Project Overview. Wait for everything to load. Then you want to scroll down to the file information. Here you can review all the uploaded files that were uploaded, And for PML files, you can view a report, which is a visual report of Mercator's validation checks that will run on the uploaded files. This only applies to PML files right now. Other formats don't run the checks. And then you can see all the validation checks, whether they were success, warning, or errors. For warning or error checks, you can click on them and it'll show you the message as to what caused them, as well as their line number and line position. And you have the option to download this report as a log file. And then these grades here are orbitals checks, which check for things such as code, invalid codes, required data types, data type mismatches, or point gaps. And then the accepted grade criteria is set by the database admin, and this will determine whether the file passes or fails their set grading criteria. If the files look okay, we can go to push files. And then you can again look at the file grading, a little more simplified version of the file grading, and then decide whether you want to push them or not. I already have a sample one, already have from testing earlier a file already pushed, but when you want to push a file, you'll click on the check marks here and then click push survey file data. It takes a moment to push, then you'll get complete when it's been successfully completed. For future tests, for a little bit of a review in the difference between PML files and PML data uploaded in other formats, I'll also push one of the other formatted files. Okay, and now you can view your push data on the project map. So for push data on the project map, this long black line will be your alignment for the project. Multiple alignments can appear on this map. And for PML push data, the toggle values, PML push data will appear as a blue line. This only applies to PML data because they will be pushing line string data and will appear as lines to indicate the start and end position of a component. Also, you'll be able to customize to toggle on or off their display for alignments and for specific components. Now, for data that was pushed using a different format such as CSV, JXL, or INVs, they will appear as points instead. To zoom in closer, you'll see point data being pushed instead of line strings. The final part of this video demo will be exporting PML data. So we will scroll down to the downloads page, and then you want to scroll down to the card labeled export PML data. There are 4 ways to export PML data. 3 of them involve getting the IDs of either a component, an assembly, or a pipeline, or getting the coordinates of the bounding box. For the first 3, component, assembly, and pipeline, you can input the ID number of the attribute that you want. You can get more than one too. You just have to separate the ID number with commas. And then for the 4th option, the bounding box, you would instead be using coordinates instead of the IDs. You can either input the coordinates manually, or you can open up a bounding map. The bounding map has all the information similar to what was shown on the project map, the alignment, as well as the pushed SC data. And you can also toggle on and off any data that was being shown on it To draw a bounding box, click on this icon here on the side, and then just draw your box. You can click on it and you'll get a pop-up indicating what the coordinates are. If you right-click on the box, you can delete it. You can also draw multiple bounding boxes. And the last one that you click on will be the bounding box that will be grabbed when you hit get box coordinates. So we'll grab a few coordinates in here, get the box coordinates, and it's automatically populated in the box. The file name box here will give the exported PML data the file name that you provide in here. So we'll just call it sample. You can name it whatever you want. These two checkboxes are for the Mercator validation report. Download log file gets you the report in the log XML format as specified by Enterprise. And download PML report gets you the full Mercator report in the JSON format. So if you want these included, you can check mark them when you click export. You will get a zip folder containing your data, your exported PML data, and the log and the additional validation report files if you decided to include them. So we can open this up. And here we have the PML file. And as you can see, it follows the same structure as the uploaded survey files in PML format, including all of the data that was demanded by exporting. Then for the log XML file, you'll get a log file which was created in accordance to Enterprise's standards. Warnings, errors will show up in a warning or error log. You'll get record counts of pipeline assembly components and then errors and warnings. And then the full report in JSON.